see Dr. Lucy. I can see who else? Paul Mukoma, Sarah, I can see you. Ruth Wanjiru. I see you right here on my screen. I can see DJ Stan. I can see Rose, my good friend. I can see Caroline Delito, Joseph Otwoko. And the team is huge. The team is big. And we are here to sharpen one another. We are here to learn something, especially things to do with life. And I'm so happy to see all of you. So mine is to welcome you to this 50-minute session so that we can be able to be better. We can be greater, we can do better in life, and we can be able to fashion what we do on daily basis, what we do on weekly basis, what we do on monthly basis. And by the end of the year, by the time you're doing the graduation, we shall have fixed something. And this topic is very interesting because I am a victim of work-life balance. I'm a victim of work-life balance. I'll start with a story. You know, when I was younger, you know, I was extremely aggressive. I was sleeping 4 hours in a day. And I remember that time I was working for a very active organization. I was working for an NGO that was supporting people across the world. And I remember one time I was really traveling. I could really stay home more than a week. And sometimes I could go for 7 weeks. And life was on the fast lane. And that did not stop even the time I went to business. And I remember when we were building Optiven, I was also traveling a lot. I remember one time my daughter asking me, "Hey, Daddy, you want to go again?" You know, and that question really touched me. You want to go again? She was asking me. That's the time I discovered that my little children are missing their father. And I decided to do about turn to change my life. And I am also aware that the people I interact with, there are so many people that they do not have life with their families, and they dedicate all their time at workplace. And maybe you're asking me, "Hey, George, family and workplace, how do we balance?" When we talk about workplace, we are talking about 8 hours plus that you spend in that office, 8 hours plus those who are doing consultancy that you spend in clients' premises, or zones, or regions, or continents. We are talking about the time you spend handling customers, the time you spend doing work assignments, the time you spend in that laptop in the office, the time you spend with your accountants. I can see 2 accountants in the house doing those cash flow management, balance sheet, P&L, the time you spend on marketing. I can see a few marketers here, you know. The time you spend generating your revenue. And sometimes this time can be very demanding. And I'm sure you are aware it can be very demanding. Of course, we talk about family. We are talking about quality time with your children, quality time with yourself, quality time with your relatives, with your parents. We are talking about family issues. You know, sometimes we talk about family time. We also talk about the time you spend to nourish your spiritual well-being. The time you spend reading the Bible. The time you are in the church or in the mosque. The time you spend doing community service. You know, there are many calls in our lives. You know, I know that you are there, but I know that the community is looking for you. You are village mates. You know, when something happens in the village, you are supposed to go there. Some of us, we are alumni, you know, and there are activities when you meet the old students. And this is very interesting, very interesting. And especially at a time like now that we are in a developing country, and you must work extremely, very hard. You must work extremely hard. And allow me to tell you how my span looks like. I'm sure you can also tell us how your work plan looks like. For me at the workplace, I look at Optiven, you know, and this is a fast-growing company. I look at GMP Fun Place in Kitengela, where DJ Stan is. I look at our restaurant, Eagle Spa. I look at Optiven Foundation. I look at Optiven Homes, our construction wing. I look at Optiven Business Center and others. That's the work aspect. The family aspect, of course, I have a family, I have a nuclear family. I have extended family, and you also do. I am a church elder, you know, you also participate in the church. I am a Bible coordinator. In the community, it's a lot. Like now in our place, there's hunger. You know, people are calling. We need support. We need food. The chair of the PTA, their needs, you know, parents have got issues. They are writing there. I'm also this interesting one. Coordinate my company, and I am here as George Washir's mentorship. I am an author. I have authored several books. The other day, I'm launching my fourth book. I'll be calling you to attend the event. I'm a blogger. I blog. I'm a guest speaker. And the same with you. Maybe you can also list yours. What you do as the family to-do list and also the work to-do list. And it is upon you to know how do you put a balance between the two, because that's where the rubber meets the tarmac. How do you put the balance? Don't be like my friend. I think I told you this story. A friend who was our HR manager, and this lady was extremely dedicated. Every time the appraisal was done, she was always at the top, 90%, 95%. When she retired, the children told her, hey, mommy, you have never been there for us. Now we are grown up. We are not there for you. And the old lady was neglected by her 3 children. We do not want to be like that lady. We must balance. We have no choice. We have to balance our careers, our work, and our family. And even ourselves, the personal development, we must be able to balance. We don't want to be people who are good here and not good on the other side. And it is very, very important. But how do you do that? We must do something. We must do something. And one of them, my mentor told me, if you want to do a good work-life balance, number one, you must be able to do some things that I'm going to share with you that can change your life. And one of the things he told me is that, George, you must change your habits. And that's my urge for all of you. Ezekiel, we must change our habits. We have a particular trend of habits, and these habits, we must change them. Once we change our habits, we can be able to create time for work and create time for family, create time for relationship, create time for hobbies, create time to exercise, and create time to visit friends. Can you imagine all this time? We have only less than 24 hours. How do we do it? That means we must be people who plan so well. And then number 2, he also told me, George, you have to get organized. And if you are too busy, you have too many things, get somebody to help you. Get somebody who can be able to help you. And that's why for me, I am so happy with our Vice Chancellor, Nagilai, who has been able to really support me with all these expectations from family, from communities, from workplace, especially from workplace. He is able to ensure that I am not back to back. And for you to be organized, it means that you have to plan well. The meetings that you plan them well. You have to say no to many things. You have to pick up, and this kind of organization, you have to really reflect and say, hey, George, what do you want to do exactly? There's somebody who came to my office last week, and I listened to that particular person, and he told me, George, I am depressed, I am stressed. But the source of stress is not because the person has no money. No, it is because of not planning so well. I don't want to say bad planning. It is not planning so well. And when you have an assistant, this person can be able to really help you. I'm so happy that for me, I am able to delegate even the picking of phones, checking my email, because in a day I can get like 300 emails. So if you're only checking email as George Washiri, it means the whole day, Anastasia, Richard, the whole day you'll be checking your emails and you will not have time to think and also to work. So sometimes you delegate for you to be more productive. Very, very important. Number 3, this mentor of mine told me, you have to do long-term planning. For you to experience work-life balance, you have to do long-term planning. What do I mean by this? For example, now we are in the year 2023. If I may ask you, Mr. Mwangi, or Joseph Mosel, or Evans, or John Mashadia, if I ask you, how is your December 2023? Do you know? Let's be honest. Rose, do you know how your December will look like? Joseph, Joachim, do you know? Please type there. How is your December? And now, Christmas. Christmas is obvious. Have you planned for your December 2023? Let's be honest. If you have planned, just raise your hand on app. Today I have 2 gadgets. I can see comments. Please tell me, do you know how your December looks like? Niambie tu. Ama unagoja tu ifike. Long-term planning. Do you know? I can see that. Oh, Tabitha says, oh, help me, God. Help me, God. And she is very honest. I do not know. Joseph Joachim says, I do not know. Joseph Moses says, I have no idea. December sijui na iashia Mungu. God, you do it. If you want to experience work-life balance, man, we have to plan. Esther Masharia says, I am a baker and I'm truly struggled with work-life balance. Goja nisome hii. Let me see. Let me drive it up. I read the one for Esther. Let me see what Esther is saying. Esther is saying, I am a baker. I am truly struggled with work-life balance. I left the bakery at 3 a.m. yesterday night because of workload. Oh my goodness. I am struggling with declining orders that come in late because of the fear of losing our business. Wow. I love the honesty. I love it, Esther, and I am sure we'll be able to talk on how to delegate. We'll be able to talk on how to delegate. Wow, I like the honesty of Esther. Wow, interesting. But we'll be able to discuss that more on how you can delegate, how you can be able to do a better planning. Let me see. This is Chris B. Gashau says, yes, planning for a holiday. I like this. I am yet to know where the resources will come from. Don't worry, Chris. When you plan, you are 50% done. The resources will come. This is who? This is Kaberia Barrio. I only have a hope. You guys are very interesting. Do you know how your December looks like? I only have hope. Frederick Jenga says, I even didn't see it coming. Wow. Hapa tuko na kazi for sure. Nagilai. I will cross the bridge when I get there. Jade Jogu. I love the honesty of this team. Eileen Halma says, I know all factors remaining constant. Truly, I do not know. That's Evans. Rose says, I have an idea about December, but no plans in place. Wow, my goodness, long-term plan. Brand new, I live a day at a time. I think this is interesting. Alice Kanehia, yes, though a vision board, I like that, and sales projections, then surrender all to God. Wow, I have no idea. This is Lydian Yamo. Anthony Katiba will be in Nairobi. Long-term planning. Now, this is an action point for all of us because we are very honest with ourselves. Look at your year 2023. Start slotting things. If you look at my calendar, I know the day I will have memorial of my late mother. I know the day I'll take my family for a holiday. I know the talks I have at some churches in Karura, Nairobi Chapel of Karura. I know the dates. I know the dates I'm going to conduct several meetings. And that's why you find that if today you call me for a meeting this month, it's locked. It's all locked. Yote. It is locked. Long-term planning. I want to urge all of you, we can practice long-term planning. You must not have resources, but once you plan, you even put a budget, like somebody planning for a family holiday. And the family holiday, not necessarily you go to Dubai, Apana, you can go to Mombasa, you can go to Naivasha, take your family somewhere. And Ezekiel, when you take your family, please, hiyo sio saa ya kufanya kazi. Weka phone on a flight mode. Be there for your people. Let them see you. Goja waone Ezekiel wakati hafanyi kazi, wakati ameboeka. If you decide to go to Mombasa, just go there. Let your children jump on you. You are yourself. Long-term planning. And let me tell you, if you don't do long-term planning, life is interesting. You will always be busy. You'll always be in the bakery baking because the workplace will not give you a space. For me and Nagilai, we decided one day that every week I must rest for a day. Every week. There's a day that I meet people. Because if you allow meeting people all the time, you never do anything for yourself. Long-term planning. So assignment number 1, lock the dates. Avoid firefighting. Firefighting is causing depression. Firefighting is causing mental health. And I can see those who want to play, to do holidays. There's already somebody here, Grace K. Mongai, Premier. Premier holidays can help. Family holidays can help. Oh, I thought it was doing holiday. I thought Grace was doing holidays. Or she says, family holidays can help you book. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Premier holidays can help you book a holiday. I think she's doing a holiday. Please share your link. The number is there. Yeah, you can plan with her. And you know, when you do long-term planning, you pay cheaper. You pay cheaper. And I'm sure she knows that. Long-term planning. How do you do work-life balance? This is another one I also do. Say no many times. You say no more. Say no many times. Don't be a people's pleaser. People can sack you. They can really drain you. If you only say yes, every time Yvonne, somebody says, can I meet you? You say yes. You know, you cannot see everyone. And that's why even people like our MPs, when we elect them and they go to parliament, you don't find them again because the constituency is massive. It is big. They cannot see everyone. James Wawero, you cannot see everyone. Sometimes you have to say no. Manasseh, you can't see everybody in the world. You have to say no. Very, very important. And I want to quote another thing you have seen here. Let me see. Who is this? Who is this? Let me see. Who is this? Okay. Wow. You guys today, you're very active. Let me see. I'm looking for the lady doing the... I've gotten her. Esther Masharia. Esther Masharia. This is the recipe for your agonies. This is the recipe for Masharia. Delegation. Oh my goodness. Esther, what you can do, look at the team you are working with. Can you replicate yourself? Can you replicate yourself? Esther, delegate some of the assignments. Maybe people who are doing code calls for orders. Don't do everything. Once you delegate, you change leaving the bakery from 3 a.m. and you'll be leaving at 5. Can you imagine? Delegate. Let me tell you my own story. You know, when I started Optivem, I always said someone from burnout because I was doing accounting, I was doing marketing, I was meeting customers, I was doing the receipts, I was doing the sale agreement, and life was unbearable. It was unbearable. Until one time I said, what if I look for volunteers? Because out there are so many people looking for volunteer work. And I remember getting somebody, a friend of mine called Mutua, and came as a volunteer. And this volunteer, I taught him how to read through sale agreement. And he was not a lawyer, by the way. Actually, Mutua was a Form 4. You know, he went up to Form 4. And I was able to train him to do many things, even going for licensing, including what I was doing. And that's the time I started now leaving office at 5. So I'm thinking, Esther, you can look at the team that you have, look at the people with the positive attitude, and for you to train them, you know, every day you train them, you are able to release some of your time. So delegation is real, and not just delegate and you are holding. Delegate, mentor them, teach them, raise people that can help you, raise people that can do what you are doing. That way, you'll have a spare time for your personal life, for your family, because we need your health. You need your health. The community needs you. The country needs you. We need you. And then number 6, how do you balance work and your life, work-life balance? Hey, these are the people with the businesses. Yeah. Watu wale wako na biashara, you know, those who are managers, those who are working elsewhere. You can develop structures in your organization that the structures can be able to run your business. One day I was talking to a very senior manager at the Equity Bank, you know, and I was asking her, hey, wait a minute, you are a director in equity. Equity is developing. How do you balance? And then somebody just smiled. That friend of mine, she just smiled and say, oh, we have layers and layers of structures. You know, don't be an approver. Don't be a checkbook carrier. You are the one signing. You are the one doing everything. Joseph, I know your team is building up. Don't be everything. Develop people who can check cars for VIPs. You know, Wewe tu nikuambia, you have done a good job. Yours is the work of the eyes to ensure that the work is done properly. Develop structures in your organization. People who don't develop structures, their organizations stagnate. Their organizations don't grow. The reason why Optiven is #1 in Kenya today in real estate. Now I am here in my house doing this mentorship. The office, people have got devotion. Meetings are happening. Sales are happening because we have over-invested in structures. And once you invest in structures, the company will grow. And for you as a leader is to offer leadership. Why? Let me tell you, Julia. Let me tell you, Esther Masharia, you cannot do everything. You cannot. You are not supernatural. You are not God. You cannot do everything. And by the way, it doesn't mean that when you're not there, work does not happen. What happens if you die? Work will continue. So please develop layers and layers of structures. You know, there are those who are doing proposals. You can teach people on how to do proposal writing, for example, those who are in consultancy. Once you do that, definitely you have your personal time, family time, and you also have time to relax. DJ intern, you know, I don't know whether you have an intern, and if I were you, I would look for an intern. This intern, you train them. There are so many volunteers. Train them on how to do the DJ work so that the time you want to go and see your girlfriend, nobody is calling you. You can go there, meet your girlfriend, take coffee, you know, and you are enjoying yourself. But if you are the lone ranger, you are the only one, people will be calling you, where is the DJ stand? Ameenda wapi? Ako wapi? Saa hii, ndio sasa unajipanga. Na wewe unapigiwa simu unapangwa. Hapana. Develop those structures. Those who are running smaller companies, open those doors for internship. Let them come, train them, teach them. You know, I like the way these Chinese that we are complaining about they do. You know, I am a fan of landing the Chinese structure. And the other day, I visited one in Mombasa Road. And I decided to talk to the sales team. And one of the sales lady told me, wow, I have been here for 7 years. I have no contract. We are given verbal contracts month after month. Then I asked her, are you getting any pay? She told me, no, I don't get any pay. I get commissions. And how do you survive? And she smiled. She said, I make my money. Can you imagine? Chinese are coming here. They are getting labor almost for free. You are here. You are dying yourself. We have so many graduates coming from TVET. We have graduates coming from our universities. We have many people looking for something to do. You only need to open a corner of your office, Ezekiel. Open that corner of the office. Let these youngsters, wakuje uwafunze kazi. They will help you. Watakusaidia. And they are willing, they are energetic, they have what it takes. They can work for you on a volunteership or internship for 3 months. Then you release them or you mentor them to look for work. Very easy. Number 7, how do you balance your life and your work? Manage other people's expectations. Yes, manage other people's expectations. Let me tell you a personal story. For the last couple of months, I have gotten a lot of invites, either to join university boards, to join government boards, to join the companies boards, and every other time. Sometimes back, I used to really feel bad when I declined. But nowadays, it is so easy to decline. And I have formed a very good language for declining. I'll tell you, Alon Kenyua, thank you very much for considering me to be in your board. However, I am extremely stressed with other activities, and I value a thank you. I am sorry I'm not able to take up the position. What am I doing? I am managing people's expectations. Some of us, we are in so many things. We are in so many things, and we are suffering. You know, one day I went for my friend's burial, and they were reading the eulogy. When they read what the man was doing, hey, Marianne, when they read what the man was doing, nikasema huyu ni binadamu ama huyu ni angel, ama ni supernatural. The guy had over 40 responsibilities. And guess what killed him? mild stroke that got complicated. Why? You have no time even to breathe. Yani, huna time, Mr. Mwangi, Protos, you have no time to breathe. You need time to walk around, my brother, my sister. You need time to be yourself. Manage other people's expectations. People will always call on you. They always come after you. Manage their expectations. Wow, my goodness. Look at this, number 8. Plan for activities for your personal life. Yes, very important. Work-life balance. Frederick Jenga. Plan for activities for your life. Frederick, what are your activities for your life? What are you planning? What are these personal activities? You say, let the nature take its course. That's a dangerous thing. That's very dangerous. It's not good. Plan for activities for your personal life. That's very, very important. I want you maybe to type right there. What are some of the activities that you are thinking of for your personal life? I will read a few and then we continue. Who is this? Esther Mashari again. Being a perfectionist is my weakest point. I love your honesty, Esther. Yeah, being a perfectionist is my weakest point. Nothing down. Okay, noting down all the points. Yeah, it's very important. Now, I think that confession is good. Being a perfectionist, but you can keep trying, training. This is Brayo. True. This week, I've only had one day for myself. Can you imagine? That's better. At least you have a day for yourself. But that day, what are the plans for that day? The time you have your own personal day, what do you do in that personal day? Plan activities for yourself. For me, what I do, sometimes I just go out there, pull a seat, get a book, and I read. Sometimes I'm just walking around, seeing the environment, enjoying myself without phone. You are just there, a day for yourself. Let me see what Chris Kashau is saying. An afternoon once a week. Wow, I love this. For a swim. Hey, you deserve my coffee. Yeah, for a swim, mostly Fridays. Wednesday afternoons is for social and spiritual meetings. Hey, Chris, that's very encouraging. Plan for activities for your personal time. Wow, I love that. Let me see what Dorothy Otieno is saying. I plan to redistribute work and schedule for my me time. Yes, mentorship is happening. Thank you, Dorothy. You are already taking action plan that you are planning to redistribute. That's very important. Please redistribute work to the teams you're working with. Very important. Don't do everything. Solomon Gwiri, Friday is my rest day. I love that. I visit my mom. Wow. You shall harvest blessings for visiting your mom. I love that. And my farm. Yes, that's the way to go. Regina, that's the way to go. Call your mom. Visit if she's there. Visit them. Be there. Plan your personal activities. Rose anasema nini? I plan for time for myself just to stay at home. I love that. Just to stay at home and the rest. I love that. Once a week. That's very healthy. And it's on Mondays. Okay. Ezekiel says, thanks for mentoring us. Okay, I have no time for myself. I like the confession. Please take home, please create time for yourself. Charity Minor says, I have an hour for prayer. I love that. I read a chapter a day. I love that. I dance. Hey, that's exercise. At least 2 songs in a day. I am loving it. Thank you very much. Eileen, I do physical exercise. Very, very important for 45 minutes. I love that. Joseph, I rest only on Saturdays. Okay, at least you have one day. Mwangi, have one day a week where I don't do business-related stuff. I love that. Okay, Jane Jogu, I am all over all the time. But now I'm learning from you. Yes, Jane, you can do an action point and life will never be the same. Branson, you every Saturday, I always enjoy football as a hobby. I love that. You team, you guys, you are making me happy. Plan activities for your personal life. Remember, you have one life, no 2 lives. You have only one life. Number 9, take time to rest and relax. Wow. Work-life balance. Take time to rest and relax. Yes, plan for those holidays. Go to GMC and enjoy yourself. By the way, sometimes personally, I just wear a t-shirt, a cap, and I remove specs so people don't know me. And I just go to GMC. I just go to that field. The other day I was playing football, you know, and I played some people. They could not recognize me. Why? I want to create time just to rest, to relax. And this is assignment number 3. Create time for yourself. Let me tell you, kazi haishi. You know, those who are in career, please take your 21 days leave. The company will not close. Take time to relax. Yeah? Dr. Mackenzie, take time. I know you have done so much in the US. You have served people. You have helped ladies, Kainat, umewasaidia, wamegrow. You know, some of them are not thankful. They don't know the sun has burned you when you are doing FB Live with you at Victory Gardens, Dr. Mackenzie. They may not know. Create time for yourself to rest and relax. Very, very important. Pay yourself. Those who are in business, in career, the money you are earning, most of this money goes with the people. End of the month, today is end of the month, into me and giving, send me 2,000. I am going to school. Can you do a calculation, Ezekiel? How much money come to you? You know, ni pesa ngapi inakuja kwako? Jilipe bwana. Yes, pay yourself, because that's how life is. Don't die and say, this guy was only working for others. Pay yourself. Finally, find a mentor to provide advice and insight. Find a mentor to provide advice on work-life balance. Find a mentor. Talk to people who are making it. How are they balancing? You know, how are you balancing? Someone told me, hey, I didn't, tells me, kindly recap the points at the end. Yes, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll do that. And we started with change your habits. That was point number 1. Number 2, we said, have an organized personal assistant. For me, I have one. Nananipanga sawa, you know. And then number 3, I said long-term planning. Kipange, how is your December? How is your November? How is your October? Number 4, we said say more no's. Will you come for this event? You say no, but you say it in a wise manner, you know? You say in a wise manner. Number 5, I said delegation. Delegate, delegate, delegate. Number 6, I talked about develop structures in your organization that will help you. Those who are in career, recommend somebody to support you. Don't do everything. Number 7, I talked about manage other people's expectations. People can make you busy. You'll be busy throughout. Number 8, I talked about planning for activities for your personal life. Number 9, I talked about take time to rest and relax. Number 10, I said find a mentor to provide advice and insight. And find a mentor who can tell you the way things are. Not yes men. Joseph, Joachim, not yes men. Find a person who can tell you when you are going north. Find a mentor who can rebuke you. You know, the other day I was talking to a man I mentor, and he was having some cash flow problems. And I told him, what you're doing, you are over expanding. And you cannot eat an elephant with one swallow. No, you eat an elephant, bite by bite. Some of us, we want to swallow an elephant. What is going to happen? Man, you will be so stressed. Life is step. You go step by step. You move step by step. You cannot be like George Washington overnight. Apana, hey, this is a 23 years journey. And the people who have read my book, Soul Like an Eagle, they know exactly what I mean. It's 23 years journey. When I am here doing mentorship, some years back, 10 years ago, I could not find this kind of time. So, slowly by slowly, and very soon, you'll be better than George Washili. The Lord says, spiritually, I actively listen to Hope FM between 6 and 9 a.m. It keeps me activated in the morning. I pray and sing along while driving. I love that. To work, it sparks happiness and morale for the day. Wow, that's nice, very nice. Dorothy, very, very important. Wow, let's see. Personally, let me share with you my personal discovery. You know, some life lessons. Having worked for 23 years, having managed so many businesses, having over 500 employees, we call them partners, I can share some discoveries, some life lessons with you. And there are only 5 lessons I have learned. Number 1, I have learned that you must manage time well. Time is a resource. It's like money. You must manage time well. Engineer Yvonne, you must manage your time very well. How do you do it? Avoid time wasters. There's a video I have done on my YouTube. You can look for it on how to manage time, how to manage time wasters, because there are so many people who are time wasters. They can really consume your time. And they are always there for you. They call you up. You go for a drink. You find you are in one restaurant or a bar for 8 hours, 7 hours, 5 hours, time wasters. Yet, every time you, Tony, Masika, every time you spend 4 hours doing nothing, and it's not your resting time, not your free time, it's work time. These guys are wasting your time. Number two, another lesson I've learned over 23 years is that you have to learn how to manage your stress. You know yourself, we are all different. You must know, how do I manage my stress? Regina, lazima ujue how to manage stress. How do you manage stress? And we are different. We are very different. Grace Mudeu, you must learn, how do you manage stress? And maybe you can type for me how you manage stress. John Masharia, how do you manage your stress? Masi Sifa, how do you do it? Victor Wanyamu, tell me on the chat line. I'm going to read 2 or 3. How do you manage your stress? And by the way, not all stresses are bad, because sometimes stresses make us wake up. But how do you manage excess stress? How do you do it? Just type there. You know, Sarah, type it there. Ruth Wanjiru, type there. I want to see, how do you manage stress? And I'm looking at my chat line to see how you manage it. You know, Paul Mukoma, you are running a very active business of media and printing and the branding. How do you manage your stress? Customers is calling, making noise, abusing you. How do you manage stress? Tell me on the chat line. Let me see. Kuria Dave, I manage stress by journaling. Ah, la, 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 la. I love this. Oh, yes. I also do the same. Actually, my journal is right here. You know, I do the same. I do journaling. I write. You know, I love that. Let me see. Joseph Joachim, playing football, biking. Wow, I love this. Okay. How do you manage your stress? Let me see. This is Ruth Wanjiro. Through listening to music. Wow, I love this. Grace Modeo, I usually pray because I believe God is a giver of peace. Wow, huyo ni pastor kabisa. Paul Mukoma, I manage time by delegating. Hey, Mukoma, you have been my student for years. Naona you umeshika kabisa. You be as free as George Washiri. Thank you very much, Paul Mukoma, and keep up the good work. You're also a customer, and your project Celebrations Gardens is shaping up very well. You need to build now there and rent it. Stan the DJ, I take a walk. Wow, I love this. Workout and play music. Of course, you are the DJ, and I love your music. And those who have not listened to the DJ Stan, you need to go to GMC. You'll be blessed. Engineer Yvonne, I count 1 to 99. That's the engineer. I love it. This is who? Chesoli, I manage stress by doing swimming session or taking a long evening walks. I love that. This is Grace Mungai. I take some time out in a quiet place to reflect and pray. Wow, I love it. I love it. This is who? George Abong. George Abong. When stressed, I take time to reflect and pray. Physical exercises. I agree with you. This is Paul Guti, Kavevo. Staying positive or saying positive affirmations. Yes, I'm beautiful. I am good. I'm making it. I love that. Eileen Guti says, okay, this is Eileen Hallmark. I cry to God in prayer, listen to worship, music, and physical workout. I love that. This is Paul Mukoma, also using Google Calendar. Yeah, planning yourself. Rose says, I manage my stress by going for a nature walk. I love that. Sarah, meditation. I love that. Anthony, I pray about it and something I pray about and sometimes forget about them and enjoy myself. I love that. Yeah, you have one life. Please enjoy yourself. Lydian, staying calm. I love that. This is Kuzao online to Sioni Gina Oni Brian. I watch football. I love that. Josephat, listening to worship songs. Ezekiel, I just listen to good gospel music. Hey, you guys, you know how to manage stress. Yes, we have to learn on how to manage these stresses, because not all stresses are bad, but we must be able to manage the stress very, very well. Another lesson I have learned is managing change. Yeah, change is inevitable. Change is inevitable. How do we manage change? Sometimes environment is so harsh, you know. How do you manage change? We are now in the era of new regime, new government. A lot of changes are coming. How do you manage change? And maybe that's a topic of another day. But you can be able to develop tools. Maybe assignment number 4. You can research on how to manage change. We are in the world of social media. Social media is taking over from anything else. How do you manage it? Yeah, I can see Eugene says, I do events management, conference, and marketing exhibitions. Wow. Anaona hapo umejitangaza vizuri, and I'll ask the member to support you. Frederick Jenga, when stressed, I listen to inspiration stories from your YouTube. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, thank you, Frederick. I do a lot of YouTube stories. I do 2 YouTubes per week. And thank you, Frederick. That's very interesting. Another lesson I have learned is how to manage technology. Yes, all of us, we must know how to manage technology. Otherwise, technology will overtake us. Dorothy, technology can literally overtake us. The other day, I saw a joke. I don't know whether it's a joke, but I think it's real. You know, there are these youngsters who went to a restaurant. And these youngsters, in the restaurant, they have put a notice, and they say that if you keep your phone here, you get 10% discount. And where they are keeping the phone is like a box. You can only remove that phone when you are leaving the restaurant. Then I was wondering, why are these people telling customers, waweke simu? Who they have discovered, when you take your friend for a restaurant, people don't talk. They are always on WhatsApp. They are always on Facebook. They are always on Twitter. And technology has really made us slaves. How do you manage that technology? Maybe that's assignment number 6. How do you manage technology so that it doesn't take over all of us? And then another lesson, the last one I have learned over 23 years, is how to manage my free time, how to manage your free time. How do you manage your free time? Do you plan for it? It is important for you to plan for it. But as we conclude, allow me to share with you some of the challenges that personally I have encountered, even as I talk to you. Some of the challenges I have encountered on work-life balance, and I'm sure we can share with you some of the challenges. You know, and I must be honest with you. There are many times over my 23 years career, many times that I have failed to practice work-life balance, many times. But what are some of the causes? You know, why? What are some of the causes of this failure? You know, and I'll share with you. One of them is a high level of stress. Those who have read my book, there are sometimes I have lost money, and you have no resources. And when the resources dwindle, what happens? You are overthinking. At night, you're overthinking. They say high level stress also causes fear. And I know some of you, you are thinking, hey, George, finish this mentorship early. I have some orders to deliver. You know, the stress levels are high. And when you are stressed, you even talk badly. When you are stressed, many things go awful. They go bad. I have also encountered some other challenges, what I call unrealistic demands, you know, unrealistic demands for myself. Sometimes you have unrealistic demands and goals for yourself, from your employees, from your family, from your society. The other day, I was a young man came to my office and told me that he wants to end his life. You know, he told me enough is enough. I want to kill myself. Tell me the strategies on how one can kill himself. I was shocked because I have no strategies on how one can kill himself. The only strategies I have is how one can live a better life. Then I asked him a few questions. Why do you want to end your life? And one of the things he quoted is that the family expectations are so high, he cannot meet. And then he told me, my salary is 25,000. But every end of the month, I see the expectations from my family, my extended family. I'm the only star in the family. I cannot cope. I want to end my life. And we had a whole session of 1 hour trying to help this young man that you have to say no to unrealistic demands. I've also heard of other friends of mine, they say, hey, George, I think I'm not able to move. You know why? I have unsupportive relationship, unsupportive partner or spouse. My spouse is a drunkard. You know, my spouse is jealous because I'm doing my master's, you know. My spouse is petty. And I'm so sure some of you are in this category. You want to fly, but your spouse wants to pull you down. So if you're in such a relationship, just pray to God that your spouse joins this George Washuri School of Mentorship so that you are able to remove them from cocoon of jealous. Those are some of the challenges that most of us face. High level of stress, unsupportive relationship, unrealistic demands from your family, from yourself, from the society, unrealistic demand. And then finally, lack of self-control. Wow, no discipline. Let me tell you a secret, Anthony Katiba. Let me tell you a secret. Without discipline, you can't go anywhere. Dina, Namanda, you need, without discipline, we can't go far. Jane Jogu, we need it. We need self-control. And lack of it means that we cannot talk of work-life balance. And discipline calls for a lot of sacrifices. A lot of sacrifices. CPA, Daniel, we need discipline, self-control, so that we are able to conquer our environment. My parting shot, there are some benefits of work-life balance. Some people call it work-life harmony. There are some benefits. Paul Guti, kuna benefits, kuna mazao, kuna matunda, Omondi, Noel. There are some benefits of work-life harmony. And I'll share with you only 4 benefits. Work-life balance means less stress. Can you imagine, Dr. Lucy, having less stress with all your demands? Yeah, work-life balance, there is less stress. And in life, hakuna mtu anataka stress, you know, and especially excessive stress. Nobody wants excessive stress. We have a life to live, you know. You don't want answers, man. Yeah, even as we work in our careers, in our businesses, we have life to live. They also say another benefit, work-life balance improves your mental health. Yeah, you know, work-life balance improves your mental health. There are so many things in your head. You know, sometimes you don't know where is north, where is south, because mentally you are unstable. You cannot be creative because mentally you are not okay. You know, you are not okay. You are suffering. And then, and number 3 benefit, work-life balance means better physical health. You know, I like people who take to there, they do exercises, they dance. By the way, dancing is very good. You know, you just dance, you go swimming. It's very important. Better physical health. You know why, Peterson Karezi? You need your body. You need your health to wake up stronger tomorrow. You know, you need that health. Victor Wanyamo, you need that health. Better physical health. Work-life balance improves your ability to be pleasant. Oh, yes. Can you imagine? There are people here in this mentorship, and they're in the kitchen. Yeah, they are cooking mandazis. Some are cooking pancakes. Anasikiza hapo kama anasikiza kameme. Man, work-life balance. You are present. There are people who go to church, but they are not in church. The body is in the church, but the mind is away. You need to be present. I know there are people you have met, and you can tell hawa watu hawako. If you come to my office, either in a current global office, or you come to my Kenya office, those who have visited me, I usually move from my desk. Natoka kwa desk yangu. There is a seat at the corner there. and I leave my gadget. I leave my laptop there, my phone there, my iPad there, my notebook there. No, sometimes I carry my notebook and a pen, and I sit on a separate seat so that I listen to you, I focus on you, I want to be present. And let me give a free advice for those who are managers. Please, never meet your staff when you are typing. Yeah, niambie, unasema nini? Unasema customer anataka great oasis na nyuki. Okay. Anataka celebrations, anataka vipingo. Please remove those fingers from laptop. Focus on your staff, and they can tell when you are concentrating. Be pleasant. When you go home, Silas Jeroge, when you go home, you park your car and you enter the door. Be pleasant in the table room, in the living room. Be pleasant. When you go to bedroom, washa hiyo masimu, munafanya hivi kwa bedroom. Be pleasant in the bedroom. Leave the phone there. Be pleasant. And many a times, especially families, they are never pleasant. You go for a holiday, you are not there. You know, one time I went for a holiday and I met my good friend. And the guy, I could see it was actually a working holiday. The children are there, the wife is there, but the guy he's too busy answering calls. Hello. Yeah, where is that order? Okay. Have they supplied? No. Where is the order? Where is the truck? Na jamaa kwa holiday. Nikasema huyu mtu sirudi Nairobi. Be pleasant. Jenny Jogu, be pleasant. Silas, be pleasant. Omodi, be pleasant. And then finally, this is interesting. Work-life balance increase your creativity and your thinking. If you have a good balance, you become more creative. More ideas will come. Work-life balance increases your creativity. Are you stuck in your business? Are you looking for new ideas? Just balance your work-life balance. The ideas will come, the creativity will come, and I can tell you it will be different. And of course, work-life balance brings happiness and fulfillment. Oh, yes. Happiness and fulfillment. When I met people, I tell them, always look for ways to be happy. Look for ways to be fulfilled. Look for ways to be happy. Is it walking around? Is it swimming? Is it having out there tea with friends? Look for strategies, for plans to be happy. Then finally, work-life balance brings higher level of success. Yes, higher level of success. Work-life balance brings higher level of success. Without much ado, we shall end there and urge you that you plan for your life, know yourself better. Remember, you have only one life. You cannot be able to please everyone. You have one life. And always prioritize what is important to you. Prioritize what is vital to you. Leave non-vitals alone. Things that are not adding value, drop them. Be present at any given moment. Remember, we are all busy. We can get busy, even busier. But all the time, the more you get busy, the more you forget yourself. Balance being busy and remembering yourself. Your children have only one childhood. Be with them. That childhood, make it memorable. Your children have only one childhood. Some of you have got young families. Very soon they're going to be teenagers. Watakuwa kusalimia, hi mom, hi, kuna nini? 2 words. Very soon, those with their kids below 10 years, please make their lives memorable. And then I leave you with a quote that time is a coin. Time is a coin of your life. Time is a coin of your life. It is the only coin that you have. Time is a coin of your life. It is the only coin that you have. And only you who can determine how it will be spent. It is only you who can determine how this coin can be spent. Be careful lest you let other people spend it for you. That's a quote from somebody called Carl Sandburg. Time is like a coin. It is you to determine how to spend it. If you don't determine how to spend it, other people will determine how to spend that coin. Time is a coin. That's my take home. God bless you. Allow me to take this back to our Vice Chancellor, William Nagilai.
Wow, wow, wow. What a session we've had today. Hey. Wow, that was epic. That was great. We really appreciate you, sir. And I believe each and every one of us has learned, each and every one of us has taken notes. And yes, from the comments, I can tell that people have really picked a lot of nuggets, and we really appreciate you, sir. Yes, it was an epic moment, and I believe our lives will never be the same again. So without much ado, I just want us to remind us that there are a few things that we've agreed we can do. So please, let's do the assignments so that we keep on becoming better and better and better. Thank you for being there for that whole 1 hour. It was indeed worth spending this 1 hour with our mentor. We really appreciate you, sir. It was great. And without much ado, I just want us to bring this to a conclusion. I'm trying to check if there is any question. I can't see any. I can only see appreciation. Yes, I can see appreciation. I can see people saying thank you, thank you. Yes, Ross saying thank you for this session. George saying thank you for this session. Yeah. George, no, tomorrow we don't have a session. The next session is we will communicate in our group. Yeah. And also yesterday, I really appreciate you guys for networking. Yeah, remember every Thursday we have a time to network and also market our businesses in our mentors page. That is George Washuri page. Good. Awesome. So it's about 7:58 as we agreed. We now conclude this session. See you in the next session. We will communicate the next session as time goes by. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you next time. This now is officially adjourned.